Hey everybody, this is my 40-gallon brackish aquarium. Although I have to say at the moment the water is just below the brackish salinity level, but this has been called my brackish tank forever, so I just call it my brackish tank and probably will continue to do so. So today we are going to do a water change. We're going to do a before and after video, but mainly we are going to do an update on my puffer. About a week ago I noticed that his right eye was all swollen. I'm sorry, his left eye was all swollen and white. Looked completely opaque and somewhat puffy. Not so much so that it looked like Popeye disease where their eyes bugging out of their head, but it was definitely swollen and completely white. So the only meds I had at the time was Maracyn 2, which is a minocycline based antibiotic, and they claim that it is good for bacterial infections. Now of course I have no idea what type of infection or what was really even going on with the fish's eye, and so I started with the Maracyn 2 or the minocycline, and I ran a 5-day course of that. It calls for a 6-day course, but I only had enough to run a 5-day course, and I cannot find it available online. Well, I can find it, but it's at a ridiculous, like $130 for a package of it kind of price. So I can't find it anywhere, put it that way. And so what I got was Kanaplex. And Kanaplex is I want to say a canacycline based antibiotic, and they're claiming on their packaging that they treat a variety of bacterial and fungal infections. So I don't know if that's going to be any more helpful or not. His eye is clearing up a little bit. He's being very contrary and not coming anywhere near the camera where we can get a good look at it. But hopefully in the after portion of this video we'll be able to see a little better. If I have to, I can always just set up the camera in the tank and be patient, and sooner or later he'll swim in front of it and we'll get to see some video of him sooner or later. But his eye is beginning to clear up. It's still swollen, it's still cloudy, it's just not as bad as it was. And so what we're going to do today is a water change. We're going to get the medicated water out of the tank, or at least a good portion of it. And then we're going to refill the tank and we're going to start treating it with the Kanaplex. And hopefully that will be whatever, if we didn't get it with what we put in there already, then the Kanaplex will take care of it and get it finished off for good. So that's the goal. Not going to bother with shooting any video. I'm just going to drain some water out of the tank, put some water back in it, and then we're going to medicate it. In the after part of the video, we'll get that forward facing light turned on, and maybe the puffer will come out and put some food in there or something. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go, everybody. There is your before. And there's your after. So I have thrown a few live snails in there for Butterbean if he can ever figure out where they are. I think he thinks that I put some freeze-dried krill in there, and he keeps looking around near the surface because he's looking for floating food. But in fact, it is actually some snails I threw and are in on the bottom. He'll figure it out sooner or later. But as far as the water change goes, I did probably about a 50%. The tank looks a lot more brightly lit now, mainly because I have the forward light fixture turned on. And as far as the filter and wiping down the glass, I didn't mess with any of that kind of stuff. I just did a simple water change. You can actually see that white sandy looking material on the bottom is actually some of the salt that did not fully dissolve in my bucket where I mix up the salt water for making brackish water. Now if Butterbean will settle down a little bit, he's getting down there close to where he's figuring it out. There he goes. I knew he'd figure it out sooner or later. Take a look at his left eye. It's facing us now. You can see how it's still a little bit cloudy, but it is definitely clearing up quite a bit. The other day it was completely white, opaque. It looked like a golf ball. So I'm hoping that the meds that I've given him are helping. And as I said, we ran our full course, or as much as I could, of the Maracyn 2. And now we are treating him with Kanaplex. I already treated the tank. It's been about 2 hours since we completed the water change. You always got to let the tank settle down and the water clear up after a big water change. And we've done just that. So he's now medicated with new meds. He's getting some early dinner. I thought I would try to entice him up to the front of the tank so we could all get a little bit better look at him. And fortunately, he's now cooperating. So you can see when you're looking straight at him or down on him that his left eye is a little bit puffy and swollen. It protrudes a little proud compared to his right eye. But the swelling has gone down quite a bit. And again, that clarity is starting to come back a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to save his eye and he'll be able to function with both eyes. But even if he doesn't really get the vision back in his eye, it's not like he lives in an environment with predators or anything like that. So he'll be okay. I just don't want the infection to get worse and to, ultimately make him sick or take his life or anything. So hopefully his eye will get better. Hopefully he won't have to worry about being a one-eyed fish. But we will see. So make sure you're subscribed, stay tuned, all that good stuff, and you won't miss any of the updates of this tank or any of the other ones I've got coming up. Make sure you check out my other channel, Dan's Outdoors and More. I'm going to try to get out on the kayak this afternoon, so there should be some good outdoors kayak video coming up. So thanks for watching this one. I'll see you real soon in the next one.